Hey, y'all. Good morning. This is your life coach, your girl, Tonetta. I want to say good morning to y'all and welcome to the Chronicles. Of course, I'm here to inspire you to think bigger and to empower you to become who you are. And I just want to start this morning because one of the, actually, I talked to my guy about it this morning as well. And there was a comment left on the video yesterday because I know I was talking about hate a lot, that kind of thing. And the only ways and times I've heard folks say they hate somebody was when they hate the way that somebody has treated them. And my sis, and like I said, my guy this morning reminded me that, of course, hate is not something good to say. I guess, well, I don't know if it's at all the time or whatever the case may be. But like he said, it's more of just that you don't like what they did. I guess I put it that way. That you just don't like like them or just don't like what they did. And that hate is such a strong word, which I know that it is. I've said I hate people back in the day before I knew any better, I guess I would say. But that was always my go-to words, I guess I put it that way. Especially back when I was younger, growing up. And I know I used to say the same, because afterwards I said the same thing. It's not that I hate you, I just hate what you do and that kind of thing. But like I said, I definitely I was reminded of that yesterday to make sure that I'm not saying hate so often. I guess I ain't gonna say so often, but just knowing that, of course, keep making sure that I'm still loving everybody in the world, regardless of what's going on, but I just don't have to deal with them. I guess I put it that way. So like I said, I just want to start off by saying that this morning. And also getting to, as far as, I guess I'm going to bring back up hate, don't like, whatever word you want to use. To me, they're all the same thing. But I know, of course, us as black people, of course, I'm sure others went through other things too, but I can't speak on that because I have no idea what the history was. But I know as far as me being black and me growing up black and that kind of thing, I know that it seems like it's since I've been a kid on until now, it seems like our people have had the hardest time with getting ahead. I can't say every single person, but at least more than 50% of us have had a hard time in trying to get ahead in this life. And I know a lot of times, of course, people resort back to slavery, which I understand all that, which I do understand that. But to me, it goes a lot deeper than that. Some of the things that I was driving yesterday, going to pick up my friend's daughter from school, and was getting all this information. People call them downloads, whatever you want to call it, just getting some information, ideas on things I can talk about, on some of the things that I know I should be talking on already anyway, because it's been on my heart for years and years and years. And so over the years, I've kind of talked about some things when it comes to black people, or uplifting the race, that kind of thing, or figuring out other ideas how we can, of course, better move ahead. And of course, like I said, that was one of the things that came back up on yesterday. I put it that way. And of course, I definitely want to make sure that I touch on that from here on out, because I know that's something that's, of course, has always been near and dear to me. I guess I put it that way. Because I see other races, whether they're Asian, whether they're Caucasian, I don't know how many other races, but other races that you normally see, or that I have normally seen, they're always steps ahead. When their kids are born, they're always steps ahead. They already have money in their savings. Their credit scores aren't messed up. They have all this stuff already going for them. And it seems like people that I've known, even professional folks, even people who have millions of dollars and different things like that, some of them had to get their credit together because their parents have used their name, or somebody used their name, messed up their credit when they were kids. All these kind of things are going on. Like I said, this has got to stop, y'all. And like I said, that's something that I definitely want to educate on. I guess I put it that way, move from here on out. And like I said, that is something that's just near and dear to me, because I'm tired of seeing our people struggle like that. We're the ones who are 100 yards behind where everybody else is 20 yards ahead, and we're still stuck on living in survival mode. We're still stuck on having not had any legacies, any life teachings, any business teachings, any kind of damn teachings passed down to us from our older generations. Like I said, at some point we have to stop that, y'all. I speak it to my black people, but if anybody else that needs to hear this, that is fine as well. My voice goes to anybody, if that's the case. But like I said, it is for my people. I guess I put it that way as well, because we need this kind of talk. I guess I put it that way. Like I said, I'm definitely, which I know people are, I'm sure, because I've talked to many who are tired of seeing the same thing as well. Tired of their families being so far behind. Here comes a new kid into the family, or here comes a new generation. The generation that has nothing but some damn clothes, some damn Nikes, some jewelry, or some hair, wigs, weave, all this kind of stuff. Come on now, we have got to do better with that kind of stuff, y'all. Like I said, I know I'm not the only one that, of course, feels that way. I know there's others as well, because I've talked to y'all. But we got to be so far behind everybody else. And yes, like I said, I understand there was slavery. I understand that happened. Trust me, I definitely understand that. But that's been hundreds of years ago. We can't continue to blame the same things over and over again for the issues that we have on today. These issues that we have today are the things that we could have been teaching our kids, our next generation, a long time ago. When it comes to wealth, when it comes to building businesses, when it comes to, of course, saving money and that kind of thing, buying land, all those things are free conversations to have. When it comes to knowing ourselves, knowing where we come from, whether it's the family line, how before you can go back, whatever it is, the black history that we should know, I guess I put it that way, which is not being taught in the households, the finances, how to, of course, make sure that we don't have to be out here begging on the damn corners for some damn life insurance to bury a loved one. We shouldn't have, I mean, for some money to bury a loved one because we don't have any life insurance. Don't have any stock. The things that we don't have, we have to stop that. And like I said, as best as I can, I mean, I don't know everything in the world. I really don't. But the things I know, I will start educating on those things. To me, it's just going back to the basics. The basics in all those areas, whether it's relationships, finance, health, any of those things. Self-love, self-awareness, all those things. Taking you all back to the basics. And like I said, that's what I'm on at this present time. Because we have to stop being the last ones to at least get to even come across the whole finish line. I'm tired of seeing that. And like I said, I know I'm not the only one that's tired of seeing that. I'm tired of being so many steps behind where everybody else is thriving. Our families, our people still can't get ahead. We have a whole generation just like me. I use myself for example. When my mom passed away when I was 20 years old. Was I 20 or 21? I think I was 20 or 21 years old. My dad, she passed away of cervical cancer. I can't say I got any teachings from my mom at all about finances or anything along. I didn't get any of those things. My dad, finances, how to have land. I know that she didn't have that either. Well, I don't know if she had the education or not, whatever it was. I didn't get it. I guess I put it that way. My dad, I didn't get the information either from my dad. When he passed away when I was like in my early 30, 31 years old. And I'm, of course, having to learn all these things. Of course, I've been trying to learn these things. And I just know that looking at my own life, if my parents had any bit of an inkling about how the world worked or what they can, of course, possibly instill in me, that I probably would have had, or me and anybody else that was coming behind me, probably would have had a better start, I guess I put it that way. We have to start thinking like that, y'all. I'm not saying that I regret anything that they did, no. But I'm just saying that we have to start raising our generations different, y'all. If you see that your generation, your parents didn't teach you anything about yourself, your body, finances, how to have land, how the laws, anything, that you can start teaching your kids. It's never too late for those things. It's never too late. We have to always think about the next generation, y'all. I know I've known other Asians and different Caucasians and different things like that. And I've known how I guess they don't say I've known because I wasn't in their household, but I see how they, of course, talk to their kids, their youth, their loved ones. I see how they instill business acumen as best as they can, work ethic. I see that. I see how they talk about finances on whatever level that their child is on. I see how they talk about investments in their household a lot because I've been there and seen that. Their kids the same age as me, teenagers, that kind of thing. I've seen that. Even when I was in college, I saw, of course, I used to hang out with, of course, I'm hanging out with everybody. Puerto Ricans and South Americans, Caucasians, everybody, Africans, everybody. And I've always kind of done that anyway. But I see how they talk to their to their youth and their next generation differently than our households. I guess for me growing up in the black household, I can't say I speak for everybody's household out there, but for the majority of the households, actually all of them that I saw growing up, that was not a talk at all. That left our generation now way behind everybody else again. There wasn't a talk about, folks know what life insurance is, I'm pretty sure, but it's not looked at as something that can build wealth in your family as well. A whole policy, yes, it can on some level, but we have to be able to, like I said, to have those conversations, y'all. And like I said, I'm just tired of seeing that. I know I've spoken on some of these things in the past, and of course I've stopped and that kind of thing because I just felt that it wasn't working or nobody was hearing my voice, I guess I put it that way. But as of yesterday, again, I got the same thing on my heart as well to make sure that I'm consistently doing these things. Speaking on these things, I guess I put it that way. Regardless as to what anybody else, which I don't really care what anybody else has to say about it, and the way I think and the way I see the world, that is my view and that kind of thing anyway, but other folks don't have to see it that way, and that's fine. But I know what I want to see my people doing, I put it that way, and that's a hell of a lot better than what we were doing, and passing legacies down than not passing anything down. I know I heard, and this video may go out, y'all, because I'm getting to the same point. Come on, people, because it's wet out here this morning. Come on, lady. Because every time I get to this point, it seems like the video goes out for some reason. And I think it's all these overpasses. But like I said, I'm just tired of seeing our black generations and our black people, not all of them. I don't know the percentage, but the ones I've seen, the ones I've been around, the ones I've talked to, the ones I see online and try to chat with, that kind of thing. I'm tired of seeing this because they all have said similar things, that they don't start with the information about business or finances or anything. Love, anything. Any type of legacy information they can carry on to even start with. Have no kind of start in life, no kind of bank account, no kind of investments that their parents put in their name, anything. We're always starting 50 yards behind everybody else. Like I said, that's something that has bothered me, not just in my 40s. I've been talking about this stuff since I've been able to talk, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, the overpasses, the video is probably about well, maybe it won't go out. I don't know, maybe it won't go out, okay. And like I said, well, not since I've been 2 years old, but I'm sure since I've been a teenager, I can tell you that. My family, people I'm close to, of course, that I was around, they could tell you that. It ain't that I was always, at least some call me militant. I don't feel that I'm militant. I just feel that it's certain things that we need to do and pass on and have legacies in our family that we don't have and that we should. We start off, I saw a lot of folks, even some of the clients I work with, actually a lot of the clients I work with, parents have put utility bills in their names when they're 2-3 years old, and they done messed up their credit before they even got a chance to even start life. So when they get 19, 20, 30, 40, well, in their 20s, trying to get apartments and all this kind of stuff, their whole credit is messed up. So they starting off from way past zero, trying to work through things, I guess, to figure things out and try to get, they didn't even get the education, so now they have to figure out things. We shouldn't have to start like that. Luckily, I didn't have that kind of thing in my name, I guess I put it that way. But nobody taught me about credit either. Nobody taught me about, I'm teaching myself now about credit, yeah. But nobody taught me about credit at all. We shouldn't have that. If somebody in your damn family knows something about something, I don't know if you all have family meetings. That's something that I actually want to start in my family as well. We've had like different meetings about different things. That's only when somebody's passing away, how we gonna bury, things like that. We are, I'm sure everybody has those kind of conversations when they happen. When I'm talking about having family meetings or starting family meetings, as far as so we can talk about some of these things and get these legacies and get this information out to our next generation. Even if it's a topic a month, talking about finances, talking about investments, talking about something, health and food or something, just so we can all get together and talk about how we can elevate our family as a whole. I see other households doing that at the dinner table because I've been at dinner tables, of course, of people who are non-black a few times. Lunch tables as well, and I see how they talk. I don't care if their kid is 5 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old, they talking about stuff like that. And I know there are some black families out there, I'm sure, that do have things like that and talk about that too. I'm not saying that there isn't, but for the majority of us, nothing gets passed down and nothing gets talked about. And I'm tired of going through generations and generations. We want to complain about how these kids are dressed or how these young ladies, young men ain't got no respect for nobody or even their elders. Because I was saying that to somebody the other day. Actually, I was saying it to my guy's daughter the other day. She didn't curse or nothing like that, but she was asking, she was talking about, I guess, cursing and that kind of thing. And she couldn't wait to curse. Well, she's, 14 now. But she couldn't wait till she got older to curse and that kind of thing. And like I told her, I understand that, but you still have to have respect for your elders. I don't care where you at. That's the conversation that we had the other day. Now, I'm sure she's been told that in the past, but I'm sure a lot of folks have not even heard of that. We haven't even raised our kids like that. And we can complain about all these kids outside with their pants down doing all this stuff, but what are you doing to help that next generation to learn what's best for them? I guess I put it that way. Yes, I know somebody gonna get on her talking about that's being judgmental or whatever the case may be. Okay, then so be it. If nobody's gonna be judgmental about your own race, then who in the hell will? I'm just tired of seeing the same things going on and on and on when there's nothing changing at all. Well, there's some things changing, but not a lot of things will change, especially when it comes to our youth and our next generation. I'm still talking to actually not just young kids, But women my age and a little bit older still talking about on TikTok. I'm still talking about. I'm getting messages about how they didn't know this about their bodies, and how they didn't. Nobody taught them about education and jobs and building businesses. I didn't get taught that either. And it's a shame that we keep having to have the same conversation each generation. Nobody knows any damn thing. When I'm sure that somebody in their family, even if somebody in my family knew anything about business, knew any kind of inkling about not just having a job and just making sure that you build something on the side, anything. I'm sure somebody knew that. I could be wrong. I'm sure somebody knew that. Not my auntie, Lord. My great-grandmother, I've never met my great-grandmother. She passed away, they said, a few months before I was born. Her name was T. Cora. She's my dad's mom's mom, I guess I put it that way. Talking to my aunts about her and that kind of thing, because like I said, I never met her, so I mean, I don't know what she was like, or just trying to find out, because I'm actually going to start working with my cousin. We were supposed to start actually about a year or two ago, doing our family tree and that kind of thing, and we kind of let life happen, but we want to seriously get back on that nowadays, I guess I put it that way. But I'm still talking to my aunts about different family members, different people that I never met, of course, people I don't even know. And like I said, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, I never knew. But come to find out, she was a baker just like me. She had her own baking catering company, actually. And she used to bake and cater for some of the top families here in St. Louis, like the Bush family and different things like that. I was like, are you serious? And nobody even talks about that business acumen in this family. I have to sit there and dig and ask. That shouldn't be like that at all. And I know that it's happening in other families, because I've talked to some of y'all. Actually, a lot. But I'm going to say a lot because I haven't talked to the whole world. But I've talked to several of you all who've said the similar thing. I know somebody, she had a business. That was her own business. And nobody talked about any of the skills, any of the things that she may have done. There should have been something written down, like a ledger, some type of diary, some type of journal, that this is what I did in my business. We have to start doing that, y'all. I journal all the time, but I mean, we have to start. That's something that I do, put business ideas, what I'm doing, what systems I'm using, that's in there too. So folks can go back and look at those things. I have 5, 6, I don't know how many journals. And I have like about 10 notebooks full of stuff, business information, all this type of stuff. So if I died tomorrow, goddamn it, you believe somebody could start a business with the stuff I have. Probably multiple businesses, I'm pretty sure. And I just need to make sure my family knows that as well, besides just my partner knowing that. But like I said, that's why I want to start these meetings, so we can start discussing these things. And I want to see this going on in all the black households across this world if I can. That's one thing that I want to see. We should, like I said again, we shouldn't have to have another generation of our black kids growing up and don't know shit. Don't even know how to want to stay in school. Don't even know how to dress. Don't even know how to... I'm not even talking about the dressing part, but how to be appropriate, I guess I put it that way, in the different environments that you're going to when you're dressing, I put it that way, is what I meant. But I'm just like, come on now. We have to get to a point where we're passing these things down. Even if they don't want to take the information, don't care about it, at least we're educating them on it. At some point, they'll pick it up. Those are just planting seeds. I always talk about planting seeds. And like I said, this is something that's near and dear to me and that's been on my heart for years. Like I said, this just didn't come about the past few days, I guess, or the past year or so. I've been talking about these things since I was a teenager. I was the one that was always taught about I was an old soul, but people were saying you act like you're 40 years old when you're 10 years old. And because I was always hanging with the elders trying to get information on how to, of course, how to have etiquette, I put it that way, and how to treat people and how to live in this world. They always had the best information, at least to me, on how to live, how to act, and that kind of thing. It wasn't a lot about business, because I'm assuming by them being our elders, they were born in the 40s, 50s, 20s, that kind of thing, they may have not had that information, which I understand that for some of them, but some people did. Some folks had businesses regardless as to what kind of racism or whatever was going on. Some folks, even if it wasn't a legit business, some folks had that. I know they did because I see them. And I haven't seen it, I guess, and I've heard about it. We just need to make sure that we're passing these things on to our next generation, y'all. And thank you, Ellen and Rachel, for tuning in. But like I said, we definitely have to pass this stuff on, y'all. Not just keep it within our head, keep it in our household. Ain't even told her I talk to our kids about it, anything along those lines. And like I said, I'm just tired of seeing the generation of people being raised without anything. We're always the last on the damn totem pole. Don't get anything. Don't have anything to start with. Don't know about life when we get started. These are free things that we can write down every single day, y'all. It don't take that much to do so. It's just documenting. leaving that legacy in your family, if it's all written down or through pictures, however you want to do it, that or through stories in the household or through your family, then do that. Whichever way is best for you, I would say write it so it can be written down. Write the vision, make a plan. I would say write it down. And of course, still pass those stories along. It's a shame that my great-great-grandmom, I guess my dad's mom's mom, she used to have all these, what are they called? I guess like homemade medicines and different things that she used to do. Up, y'all. But I've asked everybody in my family, nobody seems to know anything that she used. Maybe like a few ingredients, and that's about it. And y'all, that should not be. We should have that type of stuff. I even asked my partner about his family and their like their little like homeopathic recipes and different things like that for fevers or for colds or what they used. And he knows some of the things. I guess I put it that way. His grandfather actually has went all the way back to like their African family. I guess I put it that way. Where they're from in Africa, that kind of thing. All the people throughout their family documented, I guess, like what they did, the years. He has a whole entire several books about that. Look like school book. What they call yearbooks is how they look. Now, that's the first family I've ever seen that has documented anything like that. I'm sure there's others. That's the first one that I've ever ran into, though. Out of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of families that I know. And it should not be that way. It should be the other way around. But let me go ahead and get out of here, y'all, because I do have to go into work this morning. I just want to say thank you all for tuning in this morning. I just want to make sure that you all know where I'm moving, where I'm talking about moving forward. I guess I put it that way. Whether you agree with it or not, I really don't care. But like I said, this is some of my heart that I'm talking about, speaking about. I guess I put it that way, because I don't want to see my black people continue to go through this world and be born into this world without having any kind of legacy at all, already either created for them or already being worked on for them. I guess I put it that way. I want everybody to have a fair chance, and I want our black folks to have a fair chance as well. And like I said, it's not every single person, but there are a lot of us who started off with nothing from our family. Somebody died, they don't even have any money from the policy team put into a savings to do anything with. We don't have a house to save for the next generation. Everybody renting a house or renting an apartment, whatever it is, we have no land, we have nothing. A lot of the time. And like I said, this is something that I've been talking about for years, off and on, I guess I put it that way. But this is definitely something that I have to stick with. And like I was told yesterday, to stay consistent with. Regardless as to who hears me, who don't hear me, who don't agree, who does agree, whichever the case may be, I still have to be consistently talking about it. And I'm not going to stop this time. I guess I put it that way. I know I got off on other tangents and that kind of thing, but it's definitely not going to stop this time. Whether life gets in the way or not.